because everybody's happy about the 6th seed. So that means Warrior fans who are confident, extremely confident, and feel like, hey, whoever we play in the first round is going to be trouble for them. Is there anybody out there who don't fear the Phoenix Suns? Because now you will move up to 5. If you win out, you have a great chance to win the 5 spot if you win out.
So can I raise my hand and admit that I could see both sides of the argument? Avoid Phoenix at all costs, but the other side, if you're going to face Phoenix, maybe the best time to face them
is early in the playoffs.
Yeah, before they kind of get going.
Kevin Durant didn't look too bad yesterday.
I don't know if I fully subscribe to it, but I see the point of view.
I don't subscribe to it at all, especially what I saw yesterday. Now they go to OKC and they beat the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, by the way, he's coming to town tomorrow. Got to the free throw line 17 times.
Wow.
He's one of the best free throw shooters in the game, so he's going to get to the free throw line. That will not be an easy game tomorrow night at Chase Center for the Golden State Warriors. But Kevin Durant yesterday, 35 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. 3-7 from the three-point line, 13-21. That's over 50%, folks.
Yeah.
You look at Devin Booker, 8-14, 22 points, 10 assists. You look at Chris Paul, 16 points, 8 assists. You look at DeAndre, 8, 19, and 11. A double-double, 8-12 from the floor. I'm telling you right now, me personally, I don't want anything to do with the Phoenix Suns.
At all.
I think it's a bad matchup for the Warriors without Andrew Wiggins.
I think if you were remove the Golden State Warrior lenses, I think for television, if you're running TNT, ABC, ESPN, you're saying Phoenix versus the Lakers or Phoenix versus the Warriors.
In the first round?
Sign me up.
Wouldn't the NBA want that later on in the playoffs?
Probably, but you're not guaranteed that.
No, you're not.
Right? And so they would want the guaranteed eyeballs off the rip.
888-957-9570. Remember, Kenny Caraway said this last week on Willard or Dibs, and I'm going to remind folks of what Kenny Caraway said. ESPN 1320, a known Sacramento Kings fan.
The matchups are a good look for the Kings. They're a good look. And if we play the Warriors as the 6th seed, I'll tell you right now, we'll backhand the Warriors. I don't want to play the Warriors just because I have a healthy respect and fear for Steph Curry. I don't want to deal with him in the playoffs. I really don't. But if it comes to that, we backhand the Warriors. Because the Warriors don't do nothing on the road. They definitely don't play defense on the road. The Warriors too small. Sabonis would eat all series long.
So Sacramento just gave up 142 points last night to San Antonio at home.
Can I ask about? We haven't talked about that last part. Do you think Sabonis would eat in a playoff series?
He'd be fine. He'd get his numbers. But you have Looney and Draymond.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Who else would eat? De'Aaron Fox worries me.
Well, he's a very good player. They're both really good players.
Keegan Murray worries me on the perimeter.
Yes.
Kevin Huerter worries me on the perimeter, red velvet.
Am I being too dismissive of Harrison Barnes to say that I don't fear him at all?
Yeah, but
he'll have a game.
But the revenge factor will be a thing for Harrison Barnes.
Okay. I'll listen.
I think that home crowd's going to get him a game at Golden One. Are Warrior fans, with the way the Warriors have played this year, or this season, I should say, I feel like it's a bit disrespectful for a lot of Warrior fans to underrate the Kings. I'm not going to underrate the Sacramento Kings with the way the Warriors have played defense. I think Warrior fans overall have been so damn dismissive of the Sacramento Kings.
Do you blame them? They've had a decade of winning, and they've gone to the very end, it seems like, every single time.
But this season,
the earned arrogance is a thing.
This season, they haven't played well on the road. They haven't played well in stretches. Hell, the San Antonio win on Friday night was an ugly win. That was unwatchable basketball for 3 quarters.
I don't think they could sleep on anyone, but the fans will. Like, the fans aren't the players. The fans have earned. If you can't be arrogant right now as a Warrior fan, well, then you just can't be arrogant in sports ever. I mean, they've had a decade of success.
They have, but there's no Andrew Wiggins.
No, believe me.
I don't know if he's coming back for the playoffs. And if you don't have Andrew Wiggins against the Sacramento Kings, who will, by the way, bring Malik Monk off the bench, who's instant offense, why are Warrior fans so confident with the way this team has played?
Well, I think
they haven't played winning back. Think about the Pelicans game. They played well for 2 quarters.
Yeah.
All right. That was not playoff winning basketball against the Pelicans. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I agree.
You did not play playoff winning basketball against San Antonio last Friday night.
There was nothing about that game that screamed playoffs.
And then last night against Denver, You laid down midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, but I think this is the argument that almost is impossible to overcome. Yeah, but the playoffs are different. Yeah, but this team doesn't care about the regular season. Yeah, but they just did it in June. Like that, I don't have a rebuttal for a lot of those things.
But you did it in June with Andrew Wiggins.
I agree. Now that's an element. Let me stop you there. That's an element that I think is part of the optimism this morning, even though you lost that was a rough loss last night, excuse me. The news that Andrew Wiggins is back in the Bay Area gives a lot of people newfound optimism regarding Andrew Wiggins, whether that's real or not.
Now, is he back in the Bay working out? Is he back in the Bay practicing? Is he back with the team? Got no news on that. The only thing we heard from Jason Dumas, and I think Jason Dumas is very credible, and he's been right about a lot of things.
Yeah, he's tapped in.
He's not sending tweets just to send tweets.
No, he's tapped in.
But he tweeted Friday, Andrew Wiggins is back in the Bay Area. He spent most, of course, the last 5 weeks out of town, and that's been known, that he hasn't even been in the state. So apparently Steve Kerr said last week that they sent trainers out. He's been working out a little bit, but he's not in basketball shape. But if you don't have Andrew Wiggins, boy, no one watching Dose of Reality in the morning, Ponce. 510 Comcast Business Text Line. I want unashamed, unabashed, over-optimistic Shasky homerism. All like, I'm a homer too when it comes to the Warriors. But I am a little concerned with if they did play Sacramento in the first round. I feel like we're underestimating them in the 7-game series.
You're a little concerned. I'm a little concerned in every game. Like, well, what? Like this thing, like, oh nope, it's gonna be a piece of cake. Like none of them. There's no piece of cake game out there. Whether it's the Kings, whether it's Phoenix, whether it's the Memphis Grizzlies, whoever they end up going, Denver Nuggets. Right. Heck, was it a piece of cake game yesterday with no Jokic?
No, they got schooled. And Michael Porter Jr. went off.
They were lucky to keep that game close at the end.
I mean, they had control of the game, up 46-31. Then they're up 56-44, and all of a sudden the wheels fell off. The train went off the tracks in the second quarter. Michael Porter Jr. gets hot. He scores 14 in the second quarter. He scores 13 in the third quarter. He comes up with a double-double. Aaron Gordon almost drops a triple-double. Jamal Murray did what he did, 26 points, 8 assists.
They had no answer for him.
No, he didn't. Bruce Brown came off the bench with instant energy.
Solid.
That's an upgrade for them.
Yeah,
last year they didn't have Bruce Brown.
You think he's better than Bones Highland for that team?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I was thinking about that when he was playing yesterday. I was like, I know you like Bones Highland. No. Brown might be a better player
Brown's
for
a better
them.
fit.
Yeah,
Brown's a better fit for them. And Bones Highland's not even playing with the Clippers. I don't even know
what's going on there.
Don't know what's going on. Contavious Caldwell-Pope played 21 minutes last night, but he's an upgrade at the 2-guard spot over, who did they have last year? Was it Monty Morris?
Yeah, Monty Morris.
He's an upgrade over Monty Morris.
I like KCP.
All right.
I think he's versatile.
Christian Brown. It's spelled Braun, but it's Brown. Out of Kansas. He won a national championship.
He's not bad.
This kid is good.
Yeah, he's not bad.
I like him. He knows where to be. He plays solid defense.
That horrible Dante DiVincenzo pass into transition.
Yes. There was a couple
How bad
passes.
was that?
There was a couple bad passes. The Warriors, 1 turnover in the first quarter, 5 in the second quarter, 5 in the fourth quarter. All right? That's not good enough. Reggie Jackson didn't even play really yesterday because Peyton Watson out of UCLA was giving them instant offense. So you lose a game without Jokic, so you drop to 6. Again, 6 is not the worst thing in the world because if you give me a preference to play Phoenix or Sacramento, I'm taking Sacramento all day long. But without Andrew Wiggins, I don't think that's a slam dunk series for the Warriors. Let's go to the lines. Jay in San Francisco.
I completely agree.
Jay, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, question. If the Lakers and the Warriors win out, where does that put us?
If they're tied with the Lakers win the tiebreaker.
Well, we're half a game ahead, right?
Well, yes,
but
we're tied in the loss column. So each team has 38 losses. Lakers have played one less game than the Warriors. So if they finish tied at the end of the season, Lakers will get the tiebreaker. Now, if they finish tied for 5th, Lakers will get the 5th seed, Warriors will get the 6th seed. If they tie for 6th, Lakers will get the 6th seed, Warriors will get the 7th seed. So the Lakers have the tiebreaker, Jay.
Okay, so that means in order for us to even get the 6th to stay out of the play-in, we have to win out.
Pretty much.
You pretty much have to win out because you don't have the tiebreaker against the Lakers or the Clippers. However, Jay, the Lakers and Clippers play each other on Wednesday. So one of those teams will lose and have 39 losses.
Are you keeping up?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm having a hard time keeping up.
You having a hard
Basically,
time?
win out is what you're saying.
What I'm saying
if
is
I were
win
to
out.
boil it down.
Win out.
Okay.
You'll get at least a 6 seed.
All right.
Because the Pelicans have 4 games left, too. They're not going undefeated over those 4 games. I don't care what anybody says. Their last game of the season is in Minnesota. All right? It's in Minnesota. Tomorrow night, they play Sacramento down in New Orleans. Now, with New Orleans,
So we're rooting for Sacramento.
Basically. But look, the Pelicans play Sacramento, Memphis, and the Knicks at home this week. 3 home games against the Kings, Grizzlies, and Knicks. And then they play at Minnesota at the end of the season. I have a hard time believing the Pelicans are going 4-0 over that stretch.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So then that would knock them down to 39 losses. So that's 1 game behind the Golden State Warriors.
I don't know how you do this in your head. You're so good at it. Keep going.
It's easy.
No,
but
you're incredible. These scenarios always give me a headache.
Yeah, no, the scenarios are great.
You know what I'm saying?
We get to watch it last week. No doubt.
No, it's been really fun.
No, it's a tongue twister. So look, the Lakers, they have 38 losses. So you have 4 teams right now. Let's simplify this, folks. Clippers, Warriors, Lakers, Pelicans all have 38 losses. Right now, the Warriors are in 6th place. The Lakers went out, and they finished with 38 losses, and the Warriors went out with 38 losses. The Lakers will get the tiebreaker. But a good thing here is that the Clippers and Lakers play each other. So one of those 2 LA teams will have 39 losses. They will have 39 losses. The Pelicans, they have 4 games left, as we just chronicled. Sacramento, Memphis, the Knicks, and the T-Wolves on the road in Minnesota. I have a hard time believing the Pelicans are going 4-0 over that stretch. Now, it's possible, but I do believe they're going to go at least 3-1. That will knock them down to 39 losses. So the Warriors went out at 38. They're going to be no worse than the 6th seed. You want to stay out the play-in, and you want to get that 6th seed. Clippers, look, their schedule's tough, too. You look at the Clippers. Again, they play the Lakers on Wednesday night, a big game at Crypto.com Arena. They beat the Lakers all 3 times so far this season. Then they have a gimme game Saturday night against the Portland Trail Blazers. Then they travel to Phoenix Sunday. Will Phoenix try to win that game? Will Phoenix rest their guys? How will the Phoenix Suns play that situation? That will be determined there. So one of the LA teams will have 39 losses, and if the Pelicans lose 1 game, they'll have 39 losses, which means the Warriors will have to go 3-0. Now, you play the Thunder tomorrow night, win that game. You have to win that game tomorrow night at Chase Center, which sucks about yesterday. You would have had some leeway there. You would have had a little bit of room for a margin of error, and then you got to win a big one Friday night against Sacramento. How does Sacramento play that game out? Will they be locked into the 3 seed? Will they want to send a message to the Golden State Warriors? That's going to be very interesting Friday night at Golden One Center to see how the Kings play that.
I've had this question in my back pocket, and I wanted to ask you now that we're getting closer to the end of the year. Since 2012, 2013, all right, when they first ascended and they made the playoffs and they knocked off the Nuggets, they had 47 wins that year. That is, of all their playoff level teams, that's the low water mark. Let's throw the 15-win team to the side, and let's throw the play-in team to the side. Now, I'm just doing this for this exercise. 47, 51, 67, 73, 67, 58, 57, 53 last year, currently at 41. I know the record isn't as good as any of those other playoff teams. Is this the worst team they've had entering the playoffs of the playoff level teams?
Yes. Hands down. Hands down.
So is this the biggest road ahead
Absolutely.
of all those playoff teams?
Absolutely. If they win a championship this year with the way things are
Forget
played
winning
out,
the championship. I'm talking about the road to get to a finals.
Well, but yes, it will be difficult, but at the same time, you look at the Western Conference. Does anybody fear the Denver Nuggets?
Not on the level of OKC back in the day or Houston or whatever. Yeah,
Does anybody fear the Memphis Grizzlies?
I mean, I do a little. Yeah, a little. Not a lot, but a little. I just don't know what I'm going to get from them.
Does anybody fear the Sacramento Kings?
I think they deserve to be feared a little.
Nope. They deserve respect.
Nah, that's not fair.
They deserve respect.
Yeah, they do deserve respect. If they went to the second round and lost in 7, would anyone be surprised? No. They've had a great year.
Some people would be surprised.
I didn't think Dallas would get to the finals the Western Conference Finals last year.
But in terms of just a true dominant team in the Western Conference, if the Warriors are wholesome, they could win a series against anybody in the Western Conference. I truly believe that. Now, Andrew Wiggins is the key. Without Andrew Wiggins, I have a hard time seeing the Warriors getting past the first round.
I'm with you. Did you know that of those teams that I referenced, do you believe in like the win share number when they throw that out there?
It's kind of like war to me.
It is, but I do find it to be fascinating. Steph Curry. And then Kevin Durant, back to Steph Curry last year. Who do you think's the top win share guy this year?
In the NBA?
No, for the Warriors.
Top win share guy, Kevon Looney?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I'm just taking a guess.
Yeah. I just find that to be random.
Yeah. I mean,
it's random.
it is random.
It's also
Shout out
indicative
Looney.
of the season they've had.
Shout out Looney, who should win the most improved player in the NBA. He's been dynamic. 7 offensive rebounds yesterday, 14 in all,
That would be a
33rd game
great
with
award
10
for him
plus,
to win.
10 plus rebounds, the most offensive rebounds for a Warrior since Eric Dampier did it nearly 20 years ago when he had 344 offensive rebounds. Looney with a spectacular season, had a spectacular game yesterday.